All right.
Welcome back to Things That Matter. This is everyone's. And I mean everyone. I really do. Like even people that haven't watched this show, if you like sent them a poll and you're like, these are the three segments you've got. Like you got like the intro, and then you've got the question, or the interview. Then you've got God Sightings with Lisa, and actually there's four because then you have the question that matters.
Right.
Which of those four would be your favorite part of the show? And everyone just knows intuitively that the answer to that is God Sightings with Lisa. So even people in other parts of the universe, if there are
in the parallel universes
beings that don't live on Earth, right? If then they would choose God Sightings with Lisa, being the best part of this. I think.
I'm not sure what language they would say that in.
Right.
It's too bad this isn't an olfactory. It's just a visual and audio podcast. It's not olfactory because you can't smell what the smell is that's coming.
We should do a scratch and
leisure suit. The answer is it smells like leisure suit in here. Yeah,
it does.
It really
There
does.
really is a smell of polyester circling around, but circling. Yep. So here's a God sighting. It's not fully developed, but here's how it came. So back
gestating.
It is actually because it's about a birth. It's about in the ER. Okay, so if you watched ER back in the day, you know Dr. Susan. What was her name?
Can
Susan.
we talk about birthing on the show?
Sure. I'll have to check with our lawyer.
Okay. But there was a doctor named Susan, and she had a sister who was, I don't know, on drugs or something. And one day the sister came in to give birth to her child. And the sister really, really wanted her child to be born to the song Blackbird by the Beatles. And after that, I really needed to buy Blackbird on iTunes. I mean, that was several years later after iTunes came out because it wasn't when the show was on.
Your chronology is a little fuzzy here. I just want to point it out. Like, one day she came in to give birth.
Yeah.
And then the next day, which was several years later, you bought Blackbird.
Okay. Yeah, something like that. You can understand.
No,
you just
I'm there.
interpret for me.
We speak, Lisa speak.
Okay. So anyway, in the show, the sister Susan, that's the doctor and made it in life, really, really well and successfully. She was just like so freaked out that her sister was going to bring a baby into this world, and her sister was a drug user, and what would this baby's life be? And then she wanted this song Blackbird. And do you know that song? Can you sing a few bars?
Probably not today. I'm not sure I can sing anything today, but yeah, I know the song.
Is it a Justin Timberlake song? I'm not familiar with it.
It's not. But
can you whistle? Can you whistle it?
I don't even know the tune.
But it's kind of about taking a broken life and taking this broken existence and
a wing
and flying
and learning to fly
and learning to sing and all that kind of stuff.
All your life, you were only waiting for this moment to arrive.
That's right. Yeah. Those are the words. Oh. And so Susan, at the end of this scene, ends up, or at the end of the show, actually, right before the credits roll, she ends up like over her sister's shoulder singing this song as I think, or if she found the music or something, but the music was playing as this child's being born. Well, one day recently, do you need to explain that chronology? It does mean one day recently.
Got it.
Okay.
We're with you.
I was driving home and this song came to mind, and this vision of this woman who was on drugs giving birth to a baby saying, take these broken wings and learn to fly. And this, person that was there kind of supporting her. I thought, what if that's God, or what if that's the Spirit? And what if we're simply birthed into this universe that we're in already broken, and we just need each other. We need our sisters. We need our community to support us because we are broken, and somehow we need to learn to fly. And that's why God so wants us to live in community and to struggle with one another and to be in those questions with one another, because that's just how it is. And God is just saying, take this brokenness and fly. And I don't know anything more, but that's what came to me. And I felt this strange sense of peace and actually hope when that came. It was just like, maybe this is what God's all about.
Yeah, what strikes me, and I'm not accustomed to doing like exegesis of Beatles songs.
Okay.
but the lyric, take this broken wing and learn to fly, there's no line about fixing the wing. It's learning how to fly with a broken wing. You know, and a minute ago when we were talking about how the church, you know, actually does fail to be the kind of place that's safe a lot of the time. You know, our first impulse is to go, all right, what must we do to fix this? You know, and part of that's healthy. I think we should strive for a more healthy church. We should strive to be as faithful as we can be. But I think we also, as a theological conviction, we always know the church is broken. We always know that it's busted. We always know that even our best planning and our best attempts to lay out how we want things to go, that they're going to be disrupted. And sometimes things are going to go wrong. And that goes back to this notion that we're birthed in to this condition of brokenness that in the church we call sin. You know, things are going to go wrong, and we're going to participate in that. And it would be easy to look at that and go, all right, if we're busted, if we have broken wings, how is it we can learn to fly, right? But that's precisely what God does, is God causes us to fly, so to speak, even in our brokenness. It's not that in this life everything is fixed or everything is made better.
Right.
But God carries us. God redeems. God heals. God does all of that without any merit or anything that we add to that. And that, at the end of the day, is Christian hope. When everything goes wrong, when all of our best plans and all of our best attempts to fix things go awry, there is God. There is the God of the cross, healing and binding and causing us to enter into this new life. Wow, I kind of went off there.
But you did it. You did it. You brought it all together. And if that's not what 100th episode is for, I don't know what it is.
Woohoo.
100.
Yeah, and that's the question, right? I mean, that's the question today. When you look at the chaotic nature of our lives, when you take stock of the brokenness in which we live, the brokenness of the world, the brokenness of the church, the brokenness of personal lives, can you see God at work even amidst that brokenness? Because, you know, when I read scripture, when Jesus cries out, my God, why have you forsaken me? Somehow, paradoxically, in that moment, we see the fullness of God's presence. We see God in God's apparent absence. I know that's heavy, but for us, that's hope. That where everything is messed up, God is there. God is working, healing, putting things back together already. Yeah.
All right.
How about that?
It's great.
All right. Well, this has been the 100th.
The 100th
episode of Things That Matter. And frankly, you know, maybe this turned out better than it would have if all of our plans would have come to fruition.
I think so.
Yeah.
God was at work in the midst of even this podcast.
Yeah. Things That Matter is a joint podcast of the Nebraska Synod of the Evangelical Lutheran Church in America.
I just thought of something we should have done. We should have put like 1 and then a 0 and a 0 right here on these stands, and it would have been 100. Or would have been 100. 100. So sorry, I interrupted. Go again. I'm sorry. I just thought of that.
And Nebraska Lutheran Campus Ministry.
And the ELCA Youth Ministry Network.
And the ELCA Youth Ministry Network. You guys did a ton of interviews out there.
We did. It was fun.
This will be the last time you hear me on this show for like a year. Really, no, honestly. Yeah. So we have all these sponsors now. We have some artists who are also partners with us.
Absolutely. We have Heather Lynn and Rachel Kurtz.
That's cool stuff.
Maybe those sponsors will get us some wardrobe money now.
Yeah, she keeps
After
she was
you've seen
asking
this.
about that when we were in St. Louis. It's man.
Blackbird.
You know what?
singing at the dead of night.
You can find us at
ThingsThatMatterland.com.
And we appreciate that you actually choose to listen to this. Mystified, surprised, but you know, that's a good thing.
Yeah.
Thanks for listening.
I did not do that.
Hi, I'm Adam White.
What's the name of the show?
Oh yeah, there's like, wow, did we?
Yeah, just keep going. Ready?
Yep.
How do we hold our hands when we come back? Look at this. You're praying, you're praying. Mitch, how are you holding your hands?
I'm holding my hands like we were recording because we are.
Okay, good. This is how we hold our hands on TV.
Let's hold hands like this.
Okay.
He's not going to hold my hand.